to the corner of anticipation and back to the unboxings that I know you've been screaming at me to get on with. This is a handbag. This is the penultimate handbag unboxing from the corner of anticipation, the bags that have been there for the longest time. I got this bag before last Christmas and it's now September. So this bag has been sitting over there for 9 months, and there's a bit of a story time to this as well about Vestiaire Collective. That's where I got this bag from, and I'm just going to be completely frank and open and honest with you about it, and you can let me know in the comment box what you think. But before we do that, let's get it unboxed. And it is, I don't think this is the box it actually came in. I think I've put that away somewhere. I haven't used this since I got it. It has been sitting over there waiting to be opened, but I have taken it out of what it came in. But anyway, so it's from Fendi, obviously, and we have, it is stunningly beautiful. It is a very beautiful bag. You'll understand my kind of, is this a bit of a mistake? Is this a fail? When I show you, but the bag itself is absolutely stunning. Comes in, I don't even know if this is the right dust bag, but there's a Fendi dust bag for you to see it coming out of, and it is the Fendi first in this. I just threw something down there. Back on point there, Amelia. It is a Fendi first in this absolutely beautiful sequence. This looks like almost like a coppery rose gold, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It comes with this little thing that I did that with earlier to protect the hardware. The Fendi first does of course have the F on it for Fendi. It is in the smallest size, I believe. I have one other Fendi first, I'll grab that. This was my first one that I was absolutely obsessed with because I love the stripes in this, I love the colour, I love how these go together. I just think this bag's absolutely stunning. I got this from one of you fabulous people. I still love this, and I just think it's an absolutely beautiful... Can't open it, Amelia. It's an absolute... Still can't open it. It's an absolutely beautiful bag. If I could show you the inside, has the Fendi Zucca print, does have a crossbody strap, and there you go. I think this is stunning. This was the other one of these bags that was on my wish list. I first saw this bag, Meredith has this in this colour, and when she was doing her collection miss last year, I'm sure I had seen it before that, but it was when she showed it in collection miss that I fell in love with it and fell in love with the colour of it. It's the rose gold pinky colour. I just think it's really beautiful and unusual. I'm in work clothes today, so I will try it on and show you what it's like on. Try it on. It's handheld. It's been a very long week and a very long day, and maybe I should have put this off, but anyway, I will show you it on me in the mirror. But I am wearing work clothes, so it's not styled to go with, although this is plain black, it'll probably work okay. But it's just beautiful. I love the sequins on it. I love how shiny and sparkly it is. I really like the F. I think that's pretty cool. The bottom of it is sequins as well. There is one of these that Deb has that's navy, and the sequins are all different shapes and sizes, a bit like the baguettes that I have up there. They're called the Rain, I think, because of the way it falls. This one isn't that. These are all, and I'm blinding everybody in the camera, but these are all circular sequins that kind of have to sit, and I will show you that and why this was maybe a slight fail. Certainly when I first unboxed it, when it first arrived, I thought it was a fail. I was quite disappointed when I first saw it, but then we got Meredith's out, we did FaceTime, we played about with the sequins, and it's actually okay. But when I first looked at it, I was really quite worried about it and disappointed with it. And Vestiaire Collective have some very specific policies. My fault, I knew that, but anyway, I'll tell you all of that. So this is the base of it, which has all of the sequins. You can see that they come down the middle, and then, I know that's blinding everybody, and then go out toward the edges, and all of the little sequins around this bag are circular. It has the light, I'm going to say light pink. It almost has a slight lilac-y tinge to it, but it's more like a rose pink, I think. It has gold hardware, and then it has this on the back. Now, when I bought this, let me show you inside first. Amelia, stop talking and going on tangents. Yeah, the ADHD is high today. It did come with the tags. The tags show Fendi, and what do they say? They say Fendi First Small, metallic Napa, soft berry, and it was at the time, whenever this was bought new, I didn't obviously buy it new, but at the time it was €2,900, and it has Pochette Fendi First fabric and lamb leather rosa, and those are the details if anybody is looking for this, but you would have to try and get it pre-loved if you were looking for it. It does still come with the Fendi documentation that was with it. What's that actually? That's the little Fendi booklets, I think, that I obviously haven't looked at. And then it comes with the crossbody strap. If you buy something from Vestiaire Collective, you get these little tags on them, and if you take the tag off, you then can't return it. I obviously haven't used it yet, but it does come with the crossbody strap, which is adjustable. I have used this one crossbody once. It's not my preferred way to carry them. I had this out, walk of shame story, Amelia. I had this out the night before I was out, and then I had stayed overnight when I was out, and then I went shopping the next day and I still had this bag with me, so I put the crossbody strap on it and just put it across me because it was easy at the time, but it's not my preferred way to wear them. When I try this on and show you the mod shots, I will put it on crossbody. I personally don't think it's the best way for the Fendi First. When you open up the bag, there's little clips on the inside of it. It's quite smart the way they've done this, that you spin this round and the clips then come out for you to attach the crossbody strap, and it means when you're not using the strap, it's very clean looking because those aren't sticking out, but you can put them out and just pop the strap on, and then it makes it easy to use it as a crossbody or a shoulder bag if that's how you want to do it. So that is it then with, I'm having a nightmare, but we'll keep going. That is it with the straps on, and then it does sit comfortably crossbody. But what if I drop now? Just bounced the bag. Anyway, that is the bag crossbody. I will put mod shots so as you can see it on properly. Now, when I bought this from Vestiaire Collective, it was under retail. I can't remember exactly how much it cost, but it was definitely under retail. When they sent it to Vestiaire Collective, the person who was selling it, they then do an inspection of it, and they sent me an email to say, there's a couple of things on this bag we want you to be aware of, and then you have the choice to say whether or not you're still happy to accept the bag, or whether or not those things that hadn't been disclosed in the listing, you're not... That's the bag on the floor. Okay, Amelia, so we open this up, pop these back in here. Anyway, they send you an email to say, are you still happy to accept the bag? And what they had showed me on the email is going to be very hard to show you. If I still have the pictures from the email, I'll put them in. But there is a tiny little nick on the leather up here that you will hardly see. And there is another one somewhere. There's a little mark here. Looks like a little dark mark. And there as well, on the other side of the F, there is a rubbing on the leather. So they had sent me the email to say that those two things hadn't been disclosed, and was I happy to still take the bag. When I looked at them on the pictures, they looked so minor. You can't even really see them. I had to really look for them to be able to show them to you. And as I've just already bounced this off the floor in the 10 minutes we're into this video, I'm not the most careful with my bags. So I kind of thought these tiny little nicks on the leather, compared to if I'm using it, probably weren't going to be such a big deal, because I'm probably going to put some wear onto the bags myself. So I wasn't too worried about it, given that it was under retail, given that it was a decent price, and I thought, no, that's okay. When it arrived though, it arrived with the sequins all not where it should be. It was one of the corners, and I'll show you what it kind of looked like. So you could see this big part of the bag that looked as if the sequins were missing. And if you do it at the bottom, it's probably easier to show. If you push the sequins the wrong direction, you see the underneath of the bag, and this is the way that parts of the bag were sitting so you could see the underneath of it. And I admit, when I took this out of the box, I was like, ugh, I've made a mistake. That's not a good look. I'm not going to use that, and I'm outside the time. So when you get something from Vestiaire Collective, the time to go back to them if there's something wrong with it is very short. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's like 2 days. It's very, very short. I had not got this bag, opened it, inspected it within that time frame. That's entirely my fault. That is not on them. That's on me. But I had paid the extra when you purchase from Vestiaire Collective to get the condition checked and the authentication checked. So I did email them because they had shown me these 2 little tiny things. And when they showed me that gave me the confidence, knowing that I wouldn't be able, the date it was due to be delivered, because it took longer for the person to ship it to Vestiaire than what they had thought it would. The date it was due to be delivered, I knew I wasn't here. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to check the bag. But when they had sent me the inspection and the condition report and it showed those 2 tiny little nicks, I thought, well, that must be okay because they've inspected it. They've seen these little tiny things. They don't bother me, so the rest of the bag must be fine. So I emailed them and said, you've sent me the condition report on this. You've shown the 2 tiny little nicks, but you didn't show what looks to be quite a few sequins missing. Now, we have taken Meredith's bag out and inspected it and pushed all of these back to where they're meant to go. And it mostly covers it, but you can still see some bits of it. You can, if you really move them, try and cover it, but you can still see some bits on it that look as if there are some of them missing. Now, I actually don't know for certain if some of them are missing or if it's just that they move, but I would have liked to be aware of that. I would have liked whenever and I wasn't saying to them, you know, you've sold something you shouldn't have. I was just saying, like in this one here, you can see this part, and whatever way we kind of move these, you still see it. It may just be the shape of the bag and you can't properly cover it with sequins, but I would have liked to have been aware of it. And the way the bag came, it looked a lot worse. I have spent some time with Meredith and Deb both giving me direction, because they both have a sequins Fendi first, moving the sequins to make it look the way it's probably meant to look and as good as it can. When it arrived, there was a lot more of it out of place and it looked a lot worse. So I did email them to say, I appreciate I'm outside the 2 days or whatever it is. So if you're buying from Vestiaire, be very careful on that. Make sure you're going to be there to get it and inspect it. I know I'm outside that time frame, but I did pay for you to do the condition and the inspection report. You showed me these tiny things, but you didn't mention this. And I would have liked to have known that that was an issue with it, and that there may be sequins missing, or it certainly looks like there's some missing. And it's hard to show you exactly on the camera because I have tried to move it to cover most of the gaps. There may still be a few of them missing. And we know from when Dale first bought the pink Fendi baguette that her sequins came off very quickly. So we know that that does happen. And I think that maybe there are a few of them that aren't there. Now, that would have been my choice then, to decide if the price on this and the saving on this was good enough that you were happy enough with a few sequins missing. Now, in full disclosure, as it is now, where I have sat and moved them where they should be and put it, you probably wouldn't really notice. You probably wouldn't think any were missing. You probably wouldn't be looking at that and going, well, that bag's defective. But when it arrived and when I took it out, you did think that. There was big gaps where it looked like there's big gaps of this that just look really bad. And I think that I would have liked to have been aware of that. The position from Vestiaire wasn't saying to me, oh, we did look at that and that's just the way the sequins move. There's no sequins missing. You just need to put it back into place. If they had replied with that, I probably would have been a bit reassured that, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with it, and if I sit and fix all of these sequins, it will be okay. The reply was basically, you're outside the time. And I was saying, yes, I know that, but I paid you to do an inspection report and a condition report, and you did it, and you showed me these tiny bits, but you didn't show me this. And I would have liked to have been aware of it. And they basically just said, no, either relist it to sell it. I'm like, but I want the bag, and if I'm going to resell it, are you going to relist it with the original listing, or are you going to say, in full disclosure to whoever's going to buy it, look, this is the way this is, and it's maybe just that the sequence move, but just to make you aware of it. And they simply just kept saying, you're outside the time, either keep the bag or relist the bag. Now, when I spent the time moving the sequence and putting it into the shape that it's probably meant to be, it's actually fine. You can see still a bit of it there, and maybe that's just the way it's always going to be, and it's only really if you're looking for it once you have the sequence sitting the way it's meant to sit. And it's a stunning bag. When you're holding the bag like this, it's absolutely stunning. If you're using the bag, you're not going to notice that. It was only because when it came out there was so much of it that was showing and it looked not great, that really caused me to have concern about it. But I do still think it's really beautiful. And when I rationalised it out with myself, the Fendi First, including this one, which I love and adore with the colours, is flung up on the, yeah, I know, is not a bag that I use a huge amount. It's handheld, it's a night out bag. I use Petite Mal a lot. This won't be used that much, and I did get it for a good price. So I decided I was happy with it, and that really came after I had spent the time pushing it all back and moving it so as it looks, I think, the way it's meant to look. So I decided to keep it. I think it's beautiful. As I said, I saw this on Meredith's channel and just fell in love with it because of the coppery rose gold cover. Cover? No, Amelia. Colour. As I said, it's been a long week. And I think it's beautiful, but I don't want to be on this channel just going, wonderful new bag, isn't it fabulous and pretty and wonderful and everything's great in the world of sparkles and rainbows. Because even though there's real life things going on in the world that's actually really bad, even when it comes to a channel like this, which is escapism and a little bit of fun, I still think that we should be telling you actually what it's like, the goods and the bads, the risks and the do's and the don'ts. And that's just something to be aware of if you're buying from that platform, or if you're buying one of these, just be aware to check that with the sequins to make sure there's not parts that are showing. And I don't want to just come on and be every bag is, oh, it's wonderful, when there's maybe some things about it that I was disappointed in or didn't like or didn't think were absolutely great. And that's kind of the position when this first came. Now that I have her sitting beautifully, and I have came and looked at her and inspected her a lot with her sitting beautifully, I think she's beautiful and I love her again. I love this bag again, and I think for the way that I want to use it and on the occasion I'm going to use it, it's going to be absolutely stunning. But I wanted to give you the full story about how this came and what my concerns about it were. But that is the next unboxing from the Corner of Anticipation. She is stunning. The colour is stunning. She's stunning. But that little backstory just to give perspective. We have still over here another bag. Yes, I know. Get her open, Amelia. And we have other stuff. So I'm going to have to look through it, put it together and sort those out, because I know you all want to find out everything else that's still over there. That is coming. The vlog sale, I've had a lot of messages about. I haven't filmed that yet. I haven't figured out prices. I haven't figured out how I'm doing it, if I'm going to do it or do it through a consignor. Still all very much up in the air. Thank you all for watching the decluttering video. I have had so many messages from that I probably I'm lost as to who messaged about what bag and who messaged first and everything. So when the vlog sale is going to go live, I will put notice on my stories on Instagram that it's going to go live to give you notice, and then whoever is on can then be going after certain bags, because there's a few of the bags that are all over there. There's some of the bags that have a lot of interest, and I've completely lost track with who messaged first and all of that. So I will let you know when that's coming. Thank you so much for watching that. Thank you so much for watching this, my latest unboxing. Thank you for being here as ever. If you haven't yet, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.